Hi everybody, my name's Chris Carroll and I'm the course director of the postgraduate talk programme on International HTA Pricing and Reimbursement, which is a wholly online distance learning programme, and that's why I'm talking to you now about online learning. I'm just going to tell you a bit about how we do distance learning, online learning here in the School of Health and Related Research. As you would have already seen, you would have come through to one of the university's virtual learning environment, which is MOLE, My Online Learning Environment. And this is, if you like, the platform through which all of your course materials will be delivered. And because we don't just want to sort of give you something very basic in terms of online learning, like download this and then go away and read that for 6 weeks and do some work, we want to give you an enhanced online learning experience with quite interactive things, quite a lot of things going on, but using all these tools for the simple reason that they either are the single best way to communicate concepts and ideas, or to demonstrate a particular skill, or to test you in your understanding. We're not using these facilities or functions, a new medium and so on, just because they're there as a gimmick. They're there performing a very particular function. And so we use web lectures and we use synchronous tools to enable sort of online real-time seminars and so on. And so with this in mind, I just want to point you to the technical pages within the Student Hub here for distance learners, on how you're going to be able to access the materials best and get the most out of the materials technically by doing certain things. And there's technical support there from our learning technologists Luke Miller and Dan Smith as well. But one of the most important documents there is the technical specification, or tech spec document. And one of the principal things that points out is that basically if you're using Internet Explorer and you're watching this, then don't. Go away and get one of the free downloads of the latest versions of either Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, or, you know, what we do, try to accommodate users wherever they are and what systems they're using. So, you know, if you can access on iPads and that, we produce things in formats to access materials through iPads and that. But we did find that we experienced far fewer problems technically when using things like Google Chrome and Firefox than with Explorer. That presented a few problems for distance learning students last year. And our students last year are experiencing, you know, they're all over the world, so we have good experience of that. And so I would highly recommend that you get one of those, the latest versions of one of those free downloads for browsers. Okay, the other thing I'd say about the structural way of our materials here for online learning in ScHARR is that we tend to do things in 2-week blocks. Okay, so you might get the odd set of material that's a 1-week session or a 3-week session, but the default, the standard, is 2 weeks. So you get 2 weeks usually to complete tasks or to participate in discussion groups, whatever it might be. And the reason why we structure our materials in that way is partly based on our own research that we've done here in ScHARR, which has looked at sort of working students, part-time online learning students, who have basically indicated that they're able to find the time within a 2-week window to complete all their materials and tasks and so on. But a week is just too short, so we won't really be asking you to do anything week by week by week. It tends to be structured in that fashion over 2 weeks. And also, you will only usually get the materials that you're working on for set weeks. So when you're in weeks 1 and 2, you'll get weeks 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, and 5 and 6 and so on. As you're in those weeks, you won't get the whole course all in one go. And there are a number of reasons for that. The principal one is that you are focusing on particular things at the same time as everybody else. Everybody is at the same stage in the talk materials. And that's because things like discussion groups, you don't want people who've already gone on to week 8 and they've stopped thinking about key issues that you're dealing with, say, in week 4. You want everybody focused on those issues and topics at the same time, particularly if you're running things like discussion groups. So that's one of the principal reasons why we do that. With reference to discussion groups, I should also just talk about communicating online as well. There are a number of pages and resources available sort of linked to this that you can go through. I highly recommend that you go through and read and reflect on and think about, because online learning is quite different, especially communicating online. It's quite different from doing it face-to-face. Face-to-face, you've got a lot of sort of visual cues about what's going on. You can see if someone's being serious, whether they're joking and so on. Those cues are obviously lost through email or discussion threads. So you need to bear things in mind when communicating. And given that, as I say, these are quite interactive courses where you'll be expected to come to discussion groups and work, say perhaps as pairs or do group work, things like that. It's very important that you think about your communication when working online. So there's quite a lot of material there to help you do that. And that's it. We've been working very hard. We've got a fantastic team in producing online learning materials here at ScHARR. You can go and have a look at the testimonials on the IHTA web pages to see that we are doing a good job in developing and enhancing students' learning experience with online learning, and we want you to have the best learning experience possible as well. Thank you.